Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 883rd Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. As you can see, this is fought on one of our new custom maps here, and what an epic battle I've got for you to watch today. It really did turn into a classic battle. It started off as a normal battle and then turned into an absolute classic. Okay, our first teammate is Brotherhood member Fesen. Now Fesen has just got 10 infantry, 6 archers and 4 cavalry. Okay, quick look at the upgrades on his infantry, and you'll see that some of his infantry have got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. You don't see that very often, do you, on a 31k battlefield? Not that high upgrades. And others of his infantry units have got 7 upgrades on, and experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. So make no mistake, he's got some really serious infantry there. Okay. And he's got, as I say, 6 archers. He's got a lot of firepower. Quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry. Yeah, just gold shield, gold attack, because of course he spent most of his money on his infantry there. So I think that's quite an interesting army there. As I say, with those 6 archers, he's got a lot of firepower. He's got 10 really good infantry, and he's got gold shield, gold attack cavalry. Be interesting to see how he uses that during the course of the battle. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member Skema. Now get ready for this. Skema has got 18 Sacred Band Spearmen and just 2 Slingers. Yes, 18 Sacred Band Spearmen and 2 Slingers. If you have a look at the upgrades there, you'll see that some of his units have got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Okay, we know that's elite infantry, and with those upgrades on, that makes him kind of super infantry. And others of his units, he's just got 6 upgrades on, gold shield, gold attack there. So he's certainly got mixed upgrades through his Sacred Band Spearmen. But you'll see the reason why he's bought so many Spearmen when you see the other team. Okay, our next teammate is Brotherhood member Vicox. Now Vicox has got 6 spearmen there, Pharaoh Guard spearmen, 8 archers and 6 chariots. Okay, so he's bought Egypt here because obviously it's a desert map, so his units will be getting the desert bonus there. Okay, that's why he's bought Egypt. And if you notice here, his Pharaoh Guards have got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. And as I say, of course, they'll be getting the desert bonus as well. And then we're going to have a look at the Pharaoh Bowmen. Now, these are reckoned to be the best archers in the game. Long range, good defense, and they're so good when they run out of arrows. They're good light infantry. And if you put 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack, that takes them out of the elite archer bracket into the super archer bracket there. So make no mistake, he's got some serious firepower there. And then he's got his chariots as well there. Now the good thing about these chariots is that they don't run amok. They've got the fear factor, they've got big attacking specifications, but when they get routed, they just leave the battlefield like any other unit. They don't run amok. So that's a really good advantage with these chariots. As we've seen in other battle videos, chariots that run amok kill both friend and foe alike. So as I say, these chariots just leave the battlefield like any other unit when they're routed. So I think that's a pretty good Egyptian army there. Vicox only 6 infantry, but I think that could well be made up for there by those 8 absolutely elite Pharaoh Bowmen there. Be interesting to see how he uses that army. And our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commander, who's got an army of 15 infantry and 4 cavalry. Okay, 15 infantry and 4 cavalry. I'd just like to draw your attention here. You'll notice that I've got 2 eagle units, 2 morale boosting eagle units, plus my general morale unit boosting unit there as well. So I've actually got 3 morale boosting units in my army. Now what a diverse team we've got. We've got Rome there with Fesen. We've got Carthage there with Skema. We've got Egypt with Vicox, and Rome with myself there. And what a cracking battle this turned into. And here is the other team. We have Brotherhood member Toa. Now just to say, Toa's just come back from a long break from Rome Total War. I don't think he's played regularly for maybe 5 years or more. So he's just come back to Rome Total War. And he's got 9 pikes, 5 archers, 2 chariots and 4 cavalry. Okay, so he's bought the Selucid faction here, and as I say, he's just come back from a very, very long break from Rome Total War. Quick look at the upgrades on his pikes there, and you'll see he's got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. And just look at the length of those pikes our men have to fight down to kill the man on the other end. No tall order, especially for Roman troops, especially with those good upgrades he's got on there as well. I'm guessing he's going to have good upgrades on his cavalry. There you are, he's got 7 upgrades on his cavalry and experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. Remember, we call these guys the tanks of the ancient world because they're armoured from head to toe. And used properly, they can be battle-winning troops there. And what else? He's got his chariots there as well. Now remember, these chariots got a big fear factor, big attacking specifications, but as we've talked about before on several occasions, if they run amok, they kill both friend and foe alike. So unless you're confident and competent with chariots, you really need to think about if you're going to bring them or not, because you would be surprised on how quickly you become unpopular with your teammates if your amok chariots start killing your teammates' troops. So as I say, it's I think chariots can be a very double-edged sword, if you see what I mean there. So it'd be interesting to see how Toa handles them during the course of the battle. So I think that's a pretty good Selucid army. They're a pretty solid army there, I think. And their next teammate here is Brotherhood member Pompey. Now Pompey's got 9 pikes, 5 archers and 4 cavalry. Okay. And if you notice there, he's really out a long way from his team forward. He's going to be aggressive, I think. Notice his forward units have just got gold shield, gold attack on. And the reason for that is these units are going to make first contact with the enemy. They're going to suffer a lot of casualties from missiles. And as I say, make first contact with the enemy. So his thinking is, why spend a lot of money on units that are going to get destroyed probably quite quickly? And then the rest of his army that have got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack there as well. So that's pretty good there. He's got staggered upgrades through his battle formation there. And as I say, 8 upgrades. That is the optimum upgrades for Macedonian Royal Pikemen. It's no good spending extra money and putting an extra stripe on there because their battle proficiency doesn't make up for the amount of money you spend by putting an extra stripe on. So as I say, 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on Macedonian pikemen is the optimum upgrades there. And if you notice, he's got his units in open order there, obviously to try and avoid casualties from missiles. Oh my gosh, his companion cavalry have got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Okay, and as I say, we've talked about this before. They call these guys the winged horsemen sometimes because of the wings type of thing they got on their helmets. And remember, these guys' charge bonus is 9. Most cavalry units in this game have only got a 6 charge bonus. These guys have got a 9 charge bonus. And remember, the charge bonus is the impact and penetration a unit can do. So make no mistake, those cavalry with those good upgrades on are serious cavalry there. So there you are, that's Pompey's Macedonian army, and as I say, just look how far forward he is. I think he's going to be very aggressive in this battle. Their next teammate is Brotherhood member Madking. Now Madking has got 14 pikes and 6 chariots. Okay, 14 pikes, 6 chariots. If you look at his forward units there, you'll see that they've just got 3 upgrades on, which I'm guessing is gold defense. Okay, once again, these units are going to make first contact with the enemy, suffer a load of casualties from missiles as well. So Madking's thinking, why should I spend a lot of money on these units when they're probably going to get destroyed anyway? So that's why he's only got gold defense. My guess is he's going to have good upgrades on the rest of his... Yeah, they were on his rest of his pikemen. Look, 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. And once again, just look at the length of those pikes that our men have got to fight down to kill the man on the other end there. So very good upgrades there for most of his pikes there. And just look at his chariots. Once again here, these chariots got a big fear factor, big attacking specifications. But once again, if they run amok, they kill both friend and foe alike. So once again, I would say to people that are thinking about bringing chariots, are you confident with them? Are you competent with them? Because as I say, if they start killing your allies' troops, you become unpopular very, very quickly. So that is, I think that's a pretty good Pontus army there. Notice no archers though. He's bought no archers with that particular army. And their last teammate is Brotherhood member Aurelius with his faction of choice, Greek cities. And he's got 11 Spartans, 6 archers, and 3 cavalry. Okay, that is his basic Greek city's army there. And as I say, I think he usually brings, let's have a look, I think he's got 7 upgrades on his archers there, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. So he's got a lot of good firepower there with his Cretan archers, and he always brings light cavalry there. Now he's only got gold shield, gold attack on them, but these are fast moving cavalry. You move around the battlefield, they can hit archers or tired units or smash into the back of engaged units, and are very useful to a Greek city's general. So once again, a very, very diverse team that we're fighting here. We've got the Selucids with Toa. We've got Macedon with Pompey. We've got Pontus with Madking. And we've got Greek cities with Aurelius. So this is a really, really diverse battle here. And it's going to be very interesting to see how well the enemy team does with spear and pike armies only. Should be a great one. As we said earlier, these light cavalry of Aurelius's are very good at hitting enemy archers there. And as you can see there, you can see straight away Aurelius is looking to hit our archers there. It wouldn't surprise me though if we counter-attacked with our cavalry. There you are. Can you see that Fesen's bringing his Julii cavalry forward there to chase off those fast-moving cavalry of Aurelius? But Aurelius knows that that fast-moving cavalry of his can outrun the heavy cavalry of Fesen. So it wouldn't surprise me if Aurelius didn't really run his cavalry a long way away. He'll probably move possibly over to the flank here, just to kind of be a bit of a nuisance there, making us have to keep an eye on his fast-moving cavalry. As I say, he knows there that he's not going to be targeted by that heavy cavalry because he can outrun it. And if you notice there, he's put his light cavalry in open order there, so that if we shoot any arrows at him, he will suffer absolute minimum casualties there because he's got his units in open order. There you go. And as I say, he's just going to put his cavalry there on our flank. There's a bit of a nuisance there, so we have to keep an eye on him. So that's a nice harassing move there, if you like, by Aurelius. And if you notice here, we'll start moving, everybody's going to start moving their missile troops forward in a minute. And we're going to start the archer battle, I think, will ensue pretty quickly. Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle here, you'll see that Pompey is advancing his Macedonian army forward there. As we know, Pompey is a very aggressive attacking player. And as you can see, he's kind of leading the charge for his team there. You'll see that our Carthage ally here, Skema, has brought one of his Balearic slinger units forward there. He'll be targeting the Macedonian pike units. Remember, those big 121-man pike units are extremely susceptible to missile damage. So that's why you'll see so many archers on both teams here to try and defend their, obviously, their the pikes and spears there. And as I say, this is a very, very early stage of the battle. You can see those Pharaoh bowmen there of Vicox are already targeting the Macedonians. Whether they'll be targeting the Macedonian Cretan archers or the Macedonian pikes there. I think Vicox has got so many archers there that he could target both, really, to be honest. You can see these 2 forward units of Pompey's there. Remember the one he put the small upgrades on there? They'll be suffering a lot of archer damage there. Remember, they're 121-man units, and as I say, you'll notice that Pompey's Macedonian army pikemen are all in open order, and as we've talked about this before, open order units suffer less casualties from missiles. That's why Pompey's got those units in open order. But remember, as I say, that's 121-man units been reduced already to less than 100 there. And as I say, there'll be a lot of arrows coming in on those forward units. So as I say, we know Pompey is one of the most aggressive attacking players on Rome Total War. That's why he's moved his Macedonian army forward. As I say, trying to lead the charge of his team. But these Balearic slingers here of Skema will be causing a lot of casualties to those Macedonian pike units. Over on our right flank there, you'll see that Vicox has got some of his Pharaoh bowmen there, which he'll be probably trying to target the Cretan archers there of, I think, Aurelius. We need to be careful though of Mad King's chariots there, but I noticed that Vicox got a couple of his own chariots there. If you notice this battlefield, this custom battlefield, some parts of it are desert and some parts of it seem to be grass. So I would think that maybe Vicox wants to fight on the desert, obviously because his units get the desert bonus part of the map there. Okay, let's just pause the game for a second here. So, as I say, you can see that Vicox here has moved archers and chariots onto both flanks of our team here. If you notice that, you can see you've got 2 chariots and 3 archers on that flank. And if we move across here to the center, you'll see, or if you look over on the right flank, you'll see he's got archers and chariots as we've just looked at on the other flank, and in the center here he's got his main army there with his spearmen and his general chariot unit there. So he certainly spread his Egyptian troops out, probably making the most of their elite archer ability there by spreading them out like this. As I say, it's like the missile battle at the moment between the archers of both teams, and of course the slingers there as well of schemers there at the moment. As I say, the big 121 man units like of Pontus, Selucid and Macedon there, they are extremely susceptible to missile damage, so winning the archer battle from the enemy team's point of view would be very important to them. You can see Vicox here bring another one of his archer units forward there, but as I say, he needs to be aware of Mad King's chariots. I know he's got his Egyptian chariots over there, but there are 3 Pontus chariots there, and I believe that Vicox has only got 2 of his Egyptian chariots. As I say, here you can see Pompey's forward units, as we thought, will be losing quite a few troops there to the slingers and archers. And as I say, over here on the left flank there, you can see that Vicox is running forward some of his fast-moving chariots there to try and take out some of the enemy archers there. Nice little move there by Vicox. But you can see that Toa has brought a couple of his pike units across there to cover his archers. So a nice move there by Vicox and Toa there. And you can see Toa moving his pikes forward. I would have thought Vicox wants to get his chariots out the way of those anti-cavalry and anti-chariot pikes there. But you can see there that those chariots are running into those pikes there. And on the other flank, over here, you'll see that Vicox has got his chariots there. Now, it'll be interesting to see if the Pontus chariots and the Egyptian chariots actually get into a confrontation here, because that is very rare to see chariots fighting each other. Right, bang, as those Pontus chariots goes in. Now, if I was Vicox, I'd get my general out of the way of those Pontus chariots. There you go. You can see Vicox there retreating his general chariot unit away from these Pontus chariot units. You can see those Pontus chariot units have routed one of the Egyptian bowman units there, and as I say, it was a good move for Vicox to get his general away from those chariots there, because make no mistake, those chariots would have liked to have taken Vicox's general out. As we move across the battlefield there onto the other flank there, you'll see that obviously that chariot unit that we saw earlier running into the pike units of Toa has been routed there. But those Egyptian bowmen will be shooting loads of arrows into the enemy troops. As I say, the archer battle here is quite important, really, especially for the other team, with those big 121 man units that we said earlier are very susceptible to archer damage there. Okay, so over here on our right flank, you'll see the enemy looking to attack by the looks of it. You've got chariots and pikes moving forward here, plus you've got some of Aurelius' Spartans moving forward as well. So it looks like on our right flank, the enemy team are looking to attack there. And as you can see, you've got Fesen's Julii archers there, and you can see that Vicox has moved his chariots away from this right flank there. I don't blame him either, with all those pikes and spears, which will be, of course, anti-cavalry, anti-chariot. So you can see the enemy team here definitely attacking our right flank. and backed up by those Pontus chariots as well. Now we'll have to see what Skema is going to do with his 18 sacred band spearmen there. You've got Fesen here facing the Macedonians and the Pontus pikemen just behind the Macedonians there. And if you notice here, my green Brutii army here, I'm kind of shadowing the Selucids there. You see a lot of Seleucid chariots and things like that. You'll see my cavalry there was just chasing that Macedonian unit there. I need to pull my cavalry back because obviously I don't want any truck with those anti-cavalry pike units of Seleucid. So you can see there, pulling my cavalry back away from them. So, but you can see the enemy actually starting to get a lot of movement here on our left flank as well. So at the moment they're attacking our right flank, but also if you look here on our left flank, you can see definitely a lot of enemy movement there as well. So maybe the enemy team tactic here is to hit us on both flanks. I don't know what all of you thinking there, but you can see definite Seleucid pike units there, cavalry units, chariot units, and Macedonian cavalry as well. You've got Aurelius's Greek cities units there, and as I say, all those Seleucid pike units here. All this part of the enemy team could well be looking to hit my green Brutii army there. Okay, so it'd be interesting to see. It looks like maybe that's what the enemy tactics are, to attack our flanks. And as I say, you've got the solid Macedonian and Pontus army in the center here that may well go for Fesen's army as well here. So, but our right flank is definitely being very aggressively attacked there by the enemy team. And as I say, you've got those Pontus chariots ready to throw in as well here, maybe to take out Fesen's archers. That could well be what the enemy team are looking to do here on our right flank. But I say it'd be interesting to see the Pontus chariots fighting the Egyptian chariots, but from the Egyptian point of view, on the sand part, the desert part of the battlefield, if you like, so that they get the desert bonus. But here you can see our right flank actually it's kind of well, I don't know if you could say it's been broken, but you can see the enemy definitely moving around our right flank here. Now here you can see Skema moving forward with his 18 sacred band spear units there, routed that Pontus pike unit on impact. Did you notice that? But you can see here a lot of enemy spearmen there, Greek city Spartans there, as well as other Pontus pikes there. There's enemy archer unit shooting into him as well. But you can see here Skema. Now this, if I remember correctly, we never had any warning about this, right? And all of a sudden, Skema decides, bang, he's going to attack with his 18 sacred band spear units here. I can't remember him saying, right, I'm going in or anything like that. He just all of a sudden, that was it. He decided to attack. Now, on the face of it, you might think, well, that seems a rather strange thing to do, just to attack all these pike units, okay? But remember that Carthage punches above its weight when it comes to fighting the big 121-man units. Okay, now Skema knows that. You know, he's an experienced veteran of RTW there, so that's why he's run his spear units forward there, as you can see. Okay. And if you just look here, you can see that we're a long way away from Skema. As I say, it just all of a sudden he decided to charge forward. So, as I say, we were just as surprised as the enemy, I think, when he decided to charge there. But as I say, these guys here, if you look at the length of the Macedonian pikes here, just something to look at here of interest. The length of those Macedonian pikes, okay, just memorize those for a second, and then look at the short Carthage spears in comparison. But the specifications of the Carthage sacred band spearmen, it does enable them to punch above their weight when they fight the big 121-man units. Now, as I say, Skema knows that, and that's why he's moved his 18 spearmen units forward. But he needs to be careful here, because if you look here at the enemy numbers here, he could be assailed from all sides. Now here you'll see enemy archer shooting into his rear as well. Remember, the rear of any unit on Rome Total War is its weakest point, and these elite archers are now shooting loads of arrows into the rear of Skema's sacred band spearmen. And with all those enemy pike units around him too, I think that was a very bold move there by Skema. And as I say, I just saw one of those archer units there glow, just got a battlefield promotion there. Remember, when a unit does well on Rome Total War, it gets a battlefield promotion, and you'll see that unit glow. Okay, you can see Skema once again moving further away from his teammates there. Look how far away he is from us now. Being very, very aggressive with his Sacred Band units. He's got Pontus units coming in on his flank. As I say, remember, all the time he's being hit by enemy archers here. And just look at those enemy pikes starting to close in on him. Okay, now over here I thought was a very interesting tactic by Aurelius. Can you see Fesen here going for Aurelius's Spartans? And what you'll notice is Aurelius is just moving his Spartans back a little bit at a time, trying to draw Fesen away from the main battle here. Okay, what I noticed in this battle, Aurelius stands there, looks like he's going to fight Fesen, and as Fesen moves forward, and Vicox's Egyptian spearmen as well, Aurelius will just pull back, just slightly though. He just pulled back a little bit, just pulling Vicox and Fesen away from the main battle here, trying to pull them away from Aurelius, from Skema's Carthage Sacred Band units there that are now very, very exposed to enemy attacks, and as I say, being hit by enemy archer, elite enemy archer arrows all the time there. So as you can see, Skema is in a very exposed position there. Now I noticed that over here, and what I'm thinking here is, well, what am I doing here at the moment? That the enemy troops aren't attacking me, but Skema's in a very, very precarious position there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move my Brutii infantry over to help Skema. That's what my thoughts were in this particular battle here. Move my infantry over, maybe integrate my infantry with Skema's infantry there, because at the moment Skema looks kind of in a bit of a bad way. Now, as I say here, Aurelius is doing a really good tactic here from the enemy team's point of view in drawing Fesen away from the battle there. Make no mistake, that's what Aurelius is doing. He wasn't moving back a long way, he was just moving back a little bit just to draw Fesen forward there. And as I say, all the time there, Fesen's being drawn away from Skema's kind of surrounded Carthage army there. And as I say, make no mistake, he will be suffering loads of casualties from those archers. And you can see the enemy Macedonians coming in on his flank. You can see me running my Brutii army over there now. As I say, I'm going to integrate my army with Skema's army there. And over here you'll see that, as I say, Aurelius is drawing Fesen further and further away from the battle there with his Spartans there, with a few of his Spartans drawing him away. And of course you've got the Pontus chariots there as well that may, I mean, I don't know whether Madking's going to charge those chariots into the flank of Fesen's infantry there, which could cause him a lot of casualties. But all the time Fesen is being drawn away from Skema's army there, which is gradually getting kind of inundated with enemy troops, and as I say, those elite enemy archers shooting into him as well. So poor old Skema is in a really bad position there, I'm thinking. So that's why I've decided I'm going to run my, as I say, run my infantry over there and integrate my army with Skema's army there. Okay, now if you notice here, I've got my cavalry, I've taken them out of wedge formation, I've got them in normal formation, and I'm going to go for those enemy archers that are shooting into Skema's spearmen there. Okay, remember, in normal formation your cavalry's got more speed, and if you notice they're wider, so they cover more ground as well. Pretty good formation there for kind of attacking archers there, mopping them up there, because you're covering more ground, if you see what I mean, than if you were in wedge formation. Right, you can see my infantry there moving over to Skema as fast as I can, and you can see my cavalry, and you'll see Fesen's cavalry is a red Julii cavalry going over there as well, trying to take out these elite enemy archers there. Okay, so you can see my green Brutii cavalry there and Fesen's red Julii cavalry. You can see the Pontus chariots being brought over here as well to try and defend the archers, but you can see there that both Fesen's cavalry and my cavalry there are trying to mop up the archers there. You can see that Vicox is bringing his Egyptian chariots over here as well. Right, okay, so there's a lot going on at the moment. Here you'll see my cavalry, my Brutii cavalry there, smashing into the enemy archers. You can see Fesen's cavalry there doing the same, trying to take out the elite enemy archers there. you'll see that my green Brutii army I've brought over and is now integrating my Brutii army with Skema's Carthage army there. Between us, we should be able to hold, I'm hoping. I'm going to put my troops on auto fire as well. But you can see a Mad King's Pontus chariots there. Whether he'll attack the Egyptian chariots, it'll be interesting to see. Very rare to see chariots fighting each other on the 31k battlefield. So that would be interesting to see if that's what's going to happen there. And hopefully Vicox's chariots, if he does do that, will fight in the desert part of the map so that he's going to get the desert bonus. Right, you can see there those Pontus chariots there looking like they're going to charge him. Right, here comes the Pontus chariots. They're charging into Fesen's cavalry and Vicox's Egyptian chariots there, and bang, as they smash in there. Oh my gosh, just look at those Pontus chariots charging in. You can see that Vicox's chariots there fighting as well. Oh my gosh. Remember, as I said before, those Egyptian chariots don't run amok if they're routed, but those Pontus chariots will run amok and could kill both friend and foe alike. Right, let's just pause the game for a second here. So here, as I say, I integrated my Brutii army in with Skema's army. Now I've done that, look, Skema can now concentrate all his spearmen on one side, and he is now attacking the Pontus pikes. Can you see that? You can see that now that I'm over there to relieve his army, he can now concentrate on there. But you can see the Selucid pikes of Toa possibly coming into the flank of my infantry there. But and you can see all those pike units there, plus Greek city Spartans as well, ready to move in. But as I say, you can see Skema here is now being able to concentrate his spearmen on attacking these big 121-man units of Pontus there. Okay, so hopefully between us we'll be able to hold there. And as I say, the Carthaginians' specifications enable them to punch above their weight when it comes to those big 121-man units. Well, over here you can see that chariot on chariot battle is pretty well over. I think those Pontus chariots have been routed there. You see there, they've run amok there, so they've been routed there, so that's good news for us. You can see Fesen's cavalry there and mopping up the archers as well, so that's good news. And you can see Vicox is Egyptian spear units there. He's brought across, maybe going to the rear of the enemy troops. But here you can see Skema's Carthage Sacred Band units routing a lot of those Pontus pike units already, so that's good news for us. As I say, I've put my infantry on auto fire because there's enemy targets all around my army there, so my guys will be throwing pilers into the enemy troops there. And if you notice here, I can see I've got enemy units coming in on my left flank, so I've turned units to face the threat of those units coming in on my left flank there, as you can see. So I'm going to hold that position there, but you can see those enemy Greek city Spartans coming in as well. But as I say, I'm hoping that Skema is going to do a good job on the other flank and then bring his spears back in. Over here you'll see that Fesen here is being surrounded there by Toa's pikes, Toa's cavalry there. He's got chariots there as well. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of enemy troops here closing in on Fesen. But do you remember we looked at Fesen's upgrades at the beginning of the battle? He's got some units with 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack, and the rest of his units have got 7 upgrades on and experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. So he is in a position to be able to hold for a long time there, I think, all being well. But as I say, here you can see my green Brutii army being assailed here on the left flank by Spartans, and there's Seleucid pikes coming in. Oh, that's the Greek city's generals just been killed. So that's good news for us. Taking that morale bonus away. That's very good. And as I say here, Skema's Carthaginians are doing very well. I can see a Spartan unit has got in behind my general unit there, if you notice. So there's a lot of pilers going into that Spartan unit. But remember, those Spartan units with their 2 hit points, they suffer less casualties from missiles than other units because of their 2 hit points there. Okay, but meanwhile here you can see Fesen is taking his cavalry back over there to try and help his infantry a little bit. But Fesen's doing a good job of holding up a lot of enemy troops there with his elite infantry. Over here you'll see my cavalry. I've just taken out the Pontus general. So that's good news for us. That takes away the morale bonus that Pontus general was given the enemy team. And here you'll see Vicox bringing his Pharaoh spearmen in there, the Pharaoh guards there. And if you notice, he's fighting on the desert part of the map, so he's going to be getting the desert bonus as well. So that's good news for our team there. Those as I say, Pharaoh guards attacking. Here you can see that Pompey can see what's happening there with the Carthage sacred band and the Egyptian troops there, and he's moving his troops away. But can you see this Pontus amok chariot is killing some of Pompey's infantry? So that amok chariot was killing his allies' troops there. And as I say, that does make you quite unpopular with your allies. But here you can see those Spartans pushing in on my side. Meanwhile, at the back here, I think Fesen's doing a great job. Bearing in mind he's being smashed and crashed. That's my cavalry I sent over to try and help Fesen. All my cavalry has just been routed there by that well-upgraded Selucid cataphract cavalry there. So that's a bit unfortunate there. Here you'll see that. Can you see I'm doing a surge attack with my cavalry, with my infantry there? Can you see I'm surging forward there with my infantry, and you can see my Carthage ally is assisting there, and Vicox as Egyptian spearmen there helping as well. But as I say, over here you can see poor old Fesen there with his really well upgraded infantry is holding up a lot of enemy troops there, stopping them from coming over to the other part of the battlefield. So he is doing a really crucial job there of holding so many enemy troops there with his well upgraded infantry. But you can see a lot of his Julii infantry are beginning to crack now, with all the enemy troops attacking him there. In fact, I think he's just got 2 infantry units left, as you can see. That's all he's got left now. He's held really well there, and you can see Pompey bringing what's left of his Macedonian pikes over here as well. Okay, you've got Greek city units here. But with that surge attack of my green Brutii infantry and my allies' assistance there with their spear units, we've managed to rout the enemy troops we were fighting there. So I think we're about to go into phase 2 of this battle here. Okay, you can see all our troops there, our Egyptian troops, our Carthage troops, and my Roman troops there. And you can see there that poor old Fesen, after a really great battle there, has just got 2 units left. But he held the enemy troops extremely well there, and all those enemy troops he held up, stopping them from coming over and attacking the rest of us that were fighting in another part of the battlefield there. So that was a good teamwork move there by Fesen. He's ran into those Spartan units, but he just needs to run past them and join the rest of us there. Can you see me moving my green Brutii infantry battle formation forward there? Here you can see this Seleucid chariot unit killing his allies' Spartan troops there. Can you see that? That amok chariot unit of the Seleucids there killing his allies' troops there. So, like I say, you become unpopular quite quickly when your chariots start killing your amok chariots start killing your allies' troops. Right. So here you'll see us moving forward towards the enemy troops. What we're thinking here is we don't want to let them form up as they want to. We want to hit them hard now. Now, if those Spartans there move away from that position, one way or the other, I'm going to look to do a surge attack and smash through those Seleucid pikes. Meanwhile, over here, you'll see you've got the cataphracts of Toa there in behind us, ready to smash into us when we get engaged. So that could be pretty bad. You've got some rallied units there where you've got chariots there. Madking's still got a chariot unit left. You've got Madking's got some rallied pike units there that they can all smash into the rear of our engaged troops. So we need to be aware of that when we attack the enemy troops in front of us. Okay, so you can see here. Now I'm thinking here, if our Carthage ally attacks those Seleucid pikes, I'm thinking that Aurelius is going to move his Spartan units over to engage those Carthage units, and that's what I want them to do. You'll see why in just a second. If Aurelius moves those Greek city units over here to attack the Carthage sacred band units, I'm going to surge attack through the center of those Seleucid troops. Oh my gosh, look at this amok chariot here, just running mad into my infantry, killing loads of my infantry there. Right, can you see here that Aurelius is doing what I wanted him to do? He's moving his Greek cities over there to attack those Carthage units. So now those weakened Seleucid pike units are going to be the target for my surge attack What I'm looking to do is surge attack there. We know Seleucid morale is not very good either, so if I manage to break through the center there, we could end up routing all those Seleucid pike units there. Right, can you see? I'm running my infantry forward in a massive surge attack here. Can you see I'm breaking through those 2 weakened Seleucid pike units, and those other Seleucid pike units have now routed. Can you see that? Okay, that is because Seleucid morale is so low. Look, when they started to take casualties from that surge attack, they all routed. Now I'm looking to surge attack into the Macedonian pike units, but I am very aware of these companion cavalry ready to charge into my flank. Okay, let's pause the game for a second here. So I know that their 9 charge bonus cavalry are ready to charge into my flank, but I'm still going to surge attack those Macedonian pikes. But when that cavalry comes in, I will be ready for it and turn my infantry on that cavalry. Now you just watch this, you'll see what I mean. Can you see I'm surging attacking those Macedonian pikes? Alright, and here comes the companion cavalry. Here comes the Macedonian companion cavalry. Now watch this. Okay, I can see them coming in, and now I'm going to turn my infantry onto that cavalry like a bang. As that cavalry hits, you see there that I'm charging my infantry now into that cavalry as I was anticipating that cavalry hit. You can see my allies bringing spear units in as well to help with that companion cavalry. So there you go, we managed to chase off that companion cavalry. So I'm going to continue with my surge attack on those Macedonian pikes, but still keeping an eye on those Macedonian companion cavalry. So if they charge in, I will turn my infantry to attack those. And there you are, you can see that companion cavalry coming in again. Get ready for this with their 9 charge bonus, and bang, as they smash in there. But you'll see that I'm now countering that cavalry with my own infantry there, and once again the companion cavalry will probably retreat. You can see we've got Carthage, Sacred Band, anti-cavalry spearmen getting in there as well. Pause the game for a second here. Right, okay, so here you'll see that Schema's put a screen of Sacred Band spearmen out there to take on those Greek city units of Aurelius. So that's a nice screen there by Skema, and you can see he's got other Carthage units here helping to fight the enemy troops. Here you can see Toa's cavalry. You've got enemy pike units coming in as well, and you've got those Vicox as Pharaoh guard units ready to take them on. But as I say, here you can see the light cavalry there and other enemy rallied units there that could come back into the fray. There you can see that cavalry locked and loaded again, ready to charge into my cavalry. Now there's Toa's cavalry. He was thinking of charging in there, and then realized he was coming up against anti-cavalry spear units, so backed his cavalry off there. So that was a good move for him. Right, here comes that companion cavalry once again, like a bang. Now this was a good cavalry hit. He's taken my general out this time. That was a good cavalry. He make no mistake, Pompey targeted my general with that companion cavalry, and he took my general out. So he's taken the general morale bonus away from our team there by taking my general out, but we've managed to rout all those cavalry at the same time there. So that was a nice cavalry hit there by Pompey there with his companion cavalry. Okay, so there you are, you can see that those Seleucid cataphracts charging in there like a bang as he smashed in there. Tried to take out those Egyptian spearmen, Pharaoh spearmen there, the Pharaoh guards, but most of those guards held there, so that was pretty good for us. And you can see my green Brutii infantry there moving around the battlefield, attacking enemy troops as well. So as I say, here you can see that there's a lot of enemy troops have been routed now. I think, in fact, looking around the battlefield, I think most of their infantry has now been taken out. But you've still got Toa's well upgraded cavalry there, and you've got the light cavalry of Aurelius there as well. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. But as I say, just looking around the battlefield here, it looks like most of the enemy troops have been taken out. And there you can see Toa's cavalry there. He looks like he was going to charge in, but once again, he doesn't really want to charge into anti-cavalry spear units there. And you can see Vicox chasing after him. I don't think we've got any cavalry or chariots left at this stage of the battle. So there you are, you can see that one cataphract unit there fighting those Pharaoh guards there. But as I say, I don't think, as I say, we've got any cavalry left ourselves, so the enemy can ride around the battlefield and hit us as they want. Now over here you'll see that Aurelius is trying to take out Fesen's general there. And if you notice there, you can see Fesen's general there. Can you see him fighting away there against that light cavalry of Aurelius's? But also I think there's a pike unit. I thought I spotted a pike unit in there as well. Yeah, I thought I did. There's a Selucid pike unit. Oh my gosh, I think they've just killed... No, I can see... Oh yes, they have now. They've just killed Fesen's general. So that's Fesen's general taken out there by that light cavalry. So there you are. Can you see how useful light cavalry can be to a Greek city's general? And we've seen that a lot of times there during the course of a battle. But here, as I say, you can see us moving our infantry towards that enemy cavalry there of Toa's. Whether Toa's going to attack or not, I don't know. There's an amok chariot down there as well, which I'm a little bit worried about. I think, yeah, Aurelius has just admitted defeat there. So it wouldn't surprise me if Toa admitted defeat in a minute there, because I think most of his teammates are either their armies are all dead or they're admitting defeat. Can you see that amok chariot? Now that Seleucid amok chariot just killed some of the its own Seleucid cavalry there. So I think Toa's just admitted defeat there. And as I say, it's quite a spread out battlefield. Everywhere you look, you can see dead troops, whether it's archers or infantry here. Over here, like, you can see a lot of dead archers there, a lot of dead cavalry. So as I say, a very spread out battle. Over here that you can see Seleucid, Spartans, Julii infantry. That's where I think Fesen was making his last stand there, holding up a lot of enemy troops, allowing us to take out other enemy troops there. So he did a really good job in that position. Here, as we move across the battlefield, you can see where there's both, been lots of intense fighting there by just looking at the piles of dead. I mean, oh my gosh, just look at that. There's a big load of Pharaoh bowmen got killed there. And as you move across the battlefield here, you can see over here that, if I'm not mistaken, there's a heck of a lot of dead pike units, dead pikemen there. I mean, just look at that. I mean, I think that's Pontus there. Loads of dead Pontus and Macedonian pikemen there, and Carthage spearmen. Oh my gosh. So you can just see, as I say, the massive piles of dead there as we look all around the battlefield. Very, very spread out battlefield. And of course, when you've got so many archers all over the battlefield as well, that's where you can see a lot of dead troops as well there. So as I say, it looks like our teams managed to go on to win the battle there. I can see, I think 99% of Fesen's troops have been routed. I think, if I remember right, at the end of the battle he had one unit left, an archer unit. I think maybe that's all he had left there. There you go. I think that's the only unit he's got left at the end of the battle there. So as I say, really tough battle. And as I say, our team managed to go on to win it there. You can see how battle depleted and battle damaged our armies are there. I think I've got one man left in that unit. There you go. One man left in that unit, and he's unhappy. If you look, he's unhappy about taking casualties. Well, I'm not surprised. And he's exhausted, and he's the last man left in his unit there. So as I said, our team has managed to go on to win the battle there. So the first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game. I thought everybody played well. It started off as a normal battle, but I think it turned into a bit of an epic battle there. As you can see, it was a close victory. I always like to show close battles if I can, and the highest kills in the game goes to Mr. Aggressive Skema there. Got the highest kills in the game with his very aggressive attack with his 18 Sacred Band Spearmen. So nice kills for him. But also, well done to Aurelius here in the other team. Great kills there with his Greek city units. Really good kills. Second highest kills in the game, I think. Well done to Madking with his Pontus army there. Got over 1,000 kills, so well done to him. And well done to Pompey there. I think he got the 4th highest kills in the game. So well done to Pompey. And well done to Toa. After his long break away from Rome Total War, I thought he played with the Selucid army very well there. So really well played, guys. Great battle there. And my kills there, not too bad. Quite pleased with those kills. That's quite good for that old Roman army. Pleased with that. Well done to Vicox. He didn't quite get 1,000 kills, but he played extremely well with that Egyptian army. So well done to Vicox there. And as I say, well done to Mr. Aggressive Schemer there with his aggressive tactics. And well done to Fesen. Got some good kills and held up enemy troops for a long time with his army there, which could have proved pivotal, actually, to the outcome of the battle. So really well done to him. As I say, I think Aurelius got the second highest kills, and Pompey, I think, got the fourth highest kills, third or fourth highest kills in the battle as well. So well done to the enemy team. It just goes to show how close the battle was. Do you think that either team had faction advantage? We had Rome, Egypt, Carthage, and Rome in our team, and the enemy team had Greek cities, Pontus, Macedon, and Seleucid. So do you think there was any faction advantage there? Okay, I hope you enjoyed this battle. Please leave a comment. It's always nice to read what you think about our battles. And bye for now.